Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here in my game room. I am going to be doing another episode, I guess you can call it, of my spotlight videos where I kind of showcase one of my more unique arcade machines in the basement. So like I said, this is the third one. So far I've done Solar Fox. I did Solar Fox on the first one. Then over here on the other side of these games, I have a Swimmer, and I did Swimmer as the second one. I'm hoping my audio is a little bit better this time because I do have again, I just filmed these on my iPhone, and I do have a microphone hooked up to it now. So I'm hoping that's capturing the audio a bit better than the other videos. If this is your first time here, like I said, I'm basically just going around to my more unique arcade machines that I have and just kind of filming a one-off video on them, talking about, how I got them, some information about the actual game itself, and then doing a gameplay video. So this week I decided that I was going to do my Bank Panic machine right here. Actually, before I get started, I'm just going to throw a couple credits into some of my games that are have loud attract mode sounds, so you guys can hear me a bit better. I do like attract modes to be on for games, and Qbert here is running a J-Rock, so that's why I was able to push the buttons and get it to this stagnant screen here. But all right, there we go. A little bit more quiet now. So Bank Panic is, I have owned this machine since 2016. I actually did a full restore on this game. You don't see too many Bank Panics out there these days. As far as I know, there are only a few locations in the United States that have Bank Panic machines that you can play. One of them being Fun Spot. And Fun Spot up in New Hampshire is where I fell in love with this game. And I know it was donated by Anthony, who runs Quarter Arcade. And I just, first time I played it, I needed to have one. This game came out in 1984. And the story of this game is that it didn't sell very well. So Bank Panic's cabinet, which you can kind of see here from the profile, is very similar to a Tapper cabinet and a Timber cabinet, which share the same cabinet. This game, the cabinet is about 95% the same as Tapper and Timber. The only difference is the angle of this part of the profile right here. On Bank Panic, it's more straight up and down, where Tapper and Timber goes in more and comes out. It's a different angle. I forget exactly how it is, but that's the difference between the cabinets. The story with Bank Panic, which is a game that was created by Sega and then sold by Bally Midway, is that it wasn't selling well. So what they did in the factory was they started factory converting Bank Panics to a game called Zwackery. Zwackery, which was either late 1984 or early 1985, another game that did not sell well. So therefore, you don't really see these cabinets that often. Now, Zwackery, the only difference is they covered up the Bank Panic artwork here with like a generic, like crisscross Bally Midway, side art that just went down to the bottom here. And then they left these lines here on the Zwackeries, and they changed the control panel. I'm not sure if you can tell on the video, but the control panel for Bank Panic actually slants downwards, which is kind of a unique thing. I don't know if that was on purpose, why they decided to do that. I don't know if it was a mistake and they just ran with it. And with Zwackery, they changed the actual metal for the control panel, because Zwackery uses a unique control layout where it's got a spinner, and it has a kind of like a flight stick, and it has a smaller thinner control panel, like the metal for the actual control panel. So that's kind of the backstory on Bank Panics being factory converted to Zwackeries, which then didn't sell well. There's no real official numbers of how many were sold. My guess is, I really don't know. My guess is probably 500 Bank Panics, and for Zwackery, probably less than that. It's got to be less than that. And the amount that got converted was probably a lot. So, and by the way, before I go into the history of my actual cabinet, just a warning, this video will be a long video just because of what I have to say about the cabinet, and then I'll do a gameplay, and this is kind of a long playing game, so that gameplay itself might be half an hour, 40 minutes, depending on how well I do. Anyways, my cabinet here, the kind of the long backstory on it is that I was searching for Bank Panic. Well, first I was looking for a game, then I was just searching for Bank Panic parts, which are extremely difficult to find. I thought maybe I would have to settle for a empty tapper cabinet, because back in 2016, even though that's only 5 years ago, you could still find them for a decent price, where now even an empty tapper cabinet is extremely expensive. I happened to be on Clav, and a guy in Wisconsin, in the Green Bay area, and at the time I lived just outside of Boston, Massachusetts, and he was selling this cabinet here, and it was an Arkanoid. And I could tell that based on the photos and him saying it was previously a Zwackery cabinet that was converted to an Arkanoid, I knew I had to get it. So I got it extremely cheap. I think I only paid like maybe $100 for it, $150, and I had it shipped from Green Bay to Massachusetts, and it took me about maybe a year and a half to get this game fully up and running. So prior to that, I had bought a board set. Actually, I had bought two board sets, which is just it's not really a board set, I guess. It's just a single PCB. They made a lot of bootleg Bank Panics. I think this game was popular overseas, but so there were a lot of bootleg Bank Panics out there too. But mine are the official Sega boards, where you can tell because it's got the little Sega gold sticker on the PCB itself. So I bought a PCB, and that's pretty much all I had for a while. I found this bezel, actually. There was no reproduction artwork anywhere. I got super lucky, and I found this glass bezel, original glass bezel, on eBay. Had it shipped here. Just crossed my fingers that it made it here shattered. Made it here not shattered, because I've actually had a bezel in the past before this show up shattered, because they did a horrible job packing it. Thank God it got here in one piece. Let's see here. For the control panel, because this is the same, just about the exact same cabinet as Tapper, this control panel is actually a root beer tapper control panel. So I did all the measurements, realized that a root beer tapper control panel would fit perfect, and was the exact same as a Bank Panic control panel. Of course, I had to get a root beer tapper control panel, because tapper control panels are shorter in width because they've got the little cup holders right here. So I had to get the full size. What I had to do, actually, if you're interested in what I did as far as restoring the whole thing, I did make a thread on Clav, kind of detailing how I converted this whole thing, or deconverted it back to a Bank Panic, where I kind of took some photos of the serial numbers and some of the tags inside, and how I got this back to a Bank Panic control panel. I know Clav is a little hard to search on. If you go to Google and you type into Google Bank Panic Project, it should come right up on Google, because that's what I named the thread, Bank Panic Project. And you can see all the photos I took of before and after and things like that. So I'll try not to go into too many details here, but I fixed the control panel. There was a scan of the original CPO online, and I had a Clov member vectorize it, and he sent it off to Rich at This Old Game, and they printed it for me. So I was able to get the control panel, which is it's very well done. For the marquee, we had a couple Bank Panic owners who were looking to get new marquees. They tried to scan theirs, but because of the thickness of the glass, they had a hard time getting it in focus. So we got one blurry scan that was slightly out of focus. I had a printer print that. Then we got another scan that's very in focus. I'm not sure if you can really see. And we had that, but unfortunately it's kind of muted. The colors aren't as vibrant as they should be. But it was better looking because it was in focus, so we had a printer print that instead. So that's what's on here now. It's just on a translite, which I have sandwiched between plexiglass. And then as for the side art, which it does not exist anywhere, 99% of the side art, this Bank Panic robber right here, or thief, he is on the flyer. So I was able to scan the flyer, an original flyer, at the highest resolution, and I was able to then just, like, a little corner of it was off on the flyer, so I was able to fix that up in Photoshop, had that sent off to be printed at the correct size. And then these lines here, I actually took my hand scanner and I went up to the Bank Panic at Fun Spot and I scanned the lines on the machine there. I didn't do a full scan because I didn't ask them to pull the game out. I was just able to get to the side and scan a portion of it. Maybe I did the front too, I don't remember. Then what I did was I photoshopped that too, and I had that, I even counted the correct amount of lines to make sure I had them evenly spaced out because I knew how far down it went. And I was able to get it as original as I could do without scanning the whole thing and without without having somebody else already reproduce it. So that's how I was able to recreate the art for it. I would love it to be even more precise, but you know what? It's such a rare game. When things don't exist, you have to make do as best as possible. So that's how I went about putting the machine back together. I rewired the whole thing because it had been converted to Arkanoid, which Arkanoid's JAMA, I believe, if I remember correctly. But I ripped out the whole harness and just rewired it to Bank Panic. And a couple other interesting things before I get into the gameplay is that on the back of the machine, there were two different serial numbers. But one of them was really difficult to read. There was one that was clearly the Zwackery serial number. And then the other thing was there was another number, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I was finally able to pinpoint the number, and what they did was the Zwackery serial number had a number 5 in it. So they took that number 5 stamp and they put it through the 3 original numbers for the Bank Panic. If I remember correctly, I think I actually wrote in here what number. Oh, you know what? I must have written it in the back what number Bank Panic this was. But yeah, you could actually make out the Bank Panic serial number once you realize that they had stamped 5s through it. If you do check out my Clov thread, the Bank Panic project, I highlight that on there and I trace them with Microsoft Paint, and so you can see what the numbers were. Kind of interesting. The other interesting thing was that inside, even though this game went from a Bank Panic to a Zwackery to an Arkanoid, there were still the original Bank Panic tags on the wiring harness. Unfortunately, the original serial number tag wasn't inside the game, but it was still said Bank Panic on the wire harness. So I have a picture of that on the Clov thread as well. Anyways, I know it's kind of a long-winded backstory on this game. I think this game is tons of fun. I unfortunately don't play it very much, mainly because it is a long-playing game. I enjoy playing games that, maybe like I play Bosconian a lot because it's a quicker game. It kind of kicks your ass. I like Turbo because that's fun too. Juno First is working, but my monitor went down, so I've got to fix that. Track and field is kind of a shorter game because it has an end. Carnival's tough. I love playing Rally X, which I have over here. So I kind of gravitate towards the quicker, faster games. Solar Fox is a fast one. Monaco GP. Tutankham's a fast one because that's a brutally tough game. So Bank Panic, I probably only put, I don't know, one game on it a month or once every 2 months. But I'm going to do it now. So enough about that. My high score on Bank Panic is 1.1 million. Actually, my tripod is over here. Definitely a game I have to sit for because it's a long game. I also hope the microphone's working out. I hope it's not too staticky. This microphone, I didn't realize, has like a 20-foot long cable to it. So it's kind of like weighing the phone down. I hope it's not too staticky. We'll see. I'll re-record this if it sounds really bad. I was talking about the score of the game. So I have scored over 1 million points probably about 5 times or so. If I played the game more often, I'm sure it would happen more often, but let's see here. I'll just try to get this at a good angle. I didn't really talk about the actual gameplay of Bank Panic, but basically, essentially, you are a bank teller, or you're saving the bank tellers. I think you're actually a hero, they call them, who's saving the bank. And you've got 3 doors in your view at all time. Now, when a guy comes out and he's got the exclamation points over his head, that means he's a bad guy. He's robbing the bank. There's also just regular civilians like this lady here, and they're going to give you money. Same thing with this guy here. He's going to drop a money bag. The goal of this game is to complete all 12 doors. So you'll see here in the yellow bricks, there's some red lines. That means somebody is approaching the door. Once they get to the door will open automatically on its own. It could be a bad guy. It could be a good person. It could be a little bonus guy. There are some other oddball things, like sometimes your guy will be tied up and he's like held hostage, and you've got to either shoot the ropes that are holding him or you've got to shoot the bad guy behind him. Here's the little bonus guy right here. Sometimes he'll give you a money bag, sometimes he won't. And then once you complete all 12 doors, you move on. Now see this guy here who has on the red shirt, the object with all the bad guys, it's like the Wild West, where you've got to give both people a chance to draw your weapon. Otherwise, it's not fair. So if you shoot them before they draw their weapon, you get minimal points, maybe like a couple hundred points. You'll see the little timer above them right after they draw their weapon, which we'll see here in a second. So see how he has the timer above him? That means he drew his weapon, and in the attract mode, the guy shot him with 0.03 seconds. That means both opponents drew their weapons and had a fair shot of shooting each other. Now, in the game, so this one here was 0.04. Now, 0.03 is better because you shot him a little bit quicker. The timer starts the second that he draws his weapon. Here, they shot him before he drew, and that's why it said unfair. So that's something to look out for, because if you can shoot them at 0.00, then you'll get the highest amount of points. And if it's one of the bad guys wearing a red shirt, then you get a letter here in the word extra. And once you fill that up, you get him 5 times. At 00, you get an extra letter, or you get a letter in the word extra, and then once that fills up, you get an extra life and 20,000 points. That's pretty much the game. I'll get it going and I'll explain more as it's playing. Let me see. If I put it here, unfortunately, the wire is going to be across my body, so I think I got to have it here. we'll try this. Hopefully this looks okay. This game, unfortunately, when it's on free play, it's just a stagnant attract mode like this, which is super ugly. I mean, when we have guests over, they pass this game over anyways, so if I can at least have the attract mode playing, it'll look a little bit better. All right. Just getting on the bar stool here. Squeaky bar stool. All right, so you can skip ahead, kind of like Atari games. You can skip ahead, and it'll give you a bonus if you complete level 6 or whatever it is by skipping ahead. But it's really not worth it. So there's the little bonus guy. Again, this is going to be a long video because the gameplay on this video it takes a while. So that's a good guy. That's a bad guy there. I happened to shoot him at 000. So I got the extra letter right there. Now this, if I just keep the joystick held either way, it'll just rotate and nobody's going to come out. They won't come out until you stop at a door. So I know I've got someone at doors 9 and 10. So I'm going to go over here. He's a bad guy. Got him right at 0 again too. Now, unless if he'll only give you an extra letter if he's wearing a red shirt. So we'll go to 10 here. Now you'll notice that 10 guy, he has a number on his back, number 9. That means one of two things. Or that means that there will always be a red guy at number 9 the next time you go there. Or what it might mean is there might be a bomb that appears. Now right now I've got a bomb at door 5. So I got to go there and shoot it. That guy there I shot a bit too quick, so it says unfair. Now those are good guys. So I now have a money bag, as you can tell by the $sign, in every door except for door number 2. I still have a bunch of time down here on the timer. So what I'm going to do on this level is I'm going to point press. So I am going to just kind of take my time, go around, get some free points here as the time's running out. Now the music just sped up, which means the level's running out. That guy's got a 10 on his back, so we're going to go to 10. See if we can get a free, get that red guy there at 00. I still got a little bit of time left. Let's go here, close to door 2. Fire away at him. And now we're almost out of time. So I'll go to 2, collect the money. Now it's not guaranteed that there'll be a civilian there who's willing to give you money. So you got to be a little careful. And that can cause you to run out of time. So here are my guys right here. 3 lives left, including the one I have. This game, they show you the one you currently are on. So, it's a 3-life game. So that guy got a .06, which is a little slow on my part. Now you'll see here at the top, there's a timer. That's the average of your shots. So, and they give you the opposite of that for a bonus at the end of the level. So right now it's at 5, so I would get a 5,000 point bonus. If that's at 02, I would get an 8,000 point bonus, and so on. All right, so that guy had an 8 on his back. So we're gonna go to 8. Every once in a while, you'll notice that, right there actually, it happened to happen. 8 was stolen. So that means when I get to that door, it's guaranteed it's gonna be a guy in a red shirt holding the money bag. So what I can do is I can actually save that door for the very end, knowing that I'm not going to run out of time, because knowing that I'm guaranteed to get the money bag back. So what I'll do here is I've got a decent amount of time left. I'm going to just kind of go through the level and get more points. Now I don't point press a lot on the later levels. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. I got it way too early because I still had a good amount of time there. But that's okay. So see how I ended with 3 there. So that's going to give me a 7,000 point bonus, plus the bonus I get for each money bag that you collect throughout the level as well. That's basically the game. There are a couple more things that will happen later on that I'll point out, but I think what I'll do is I will, I'm sure if you've been watching this long and you've watched the whole thing, I think you probably get the gist at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, this guy there, you'll notice he's a red guy, but he has on like white I don't know, they're like white shin pads or something, or white, you know, cowboy boots. And that means that you have to shoot him twice. And if you do happen to get that guy at 000, you do not get the 5,000 point. Oh, you get the 5,000 point bonus still, but you do not get a letter in the word extra, which I think is just a, you know, something they missed while coding the game. So I've got that bomb going. I've got the timer up there, so I got to get there pretty quick. That bomb will explode. Door 1 was stolen. See, I just got him at 000, but don't get the extra letter, which sucks. Because he's even harder to deal with than the regular red guy. But, yeah, I think that was probably an overlook while they were coding the game. Alright, I haven't been paying too much attention to the doors. The more I do these videos, I realize it is tough to play well and talk to the camera, too. Alright, so that guy had a 4 on his back, which I'm at. 12 is a bomb, so I got to go take care of that. You can shoot the bomb, actually, while you're moving like that right there. One thing I didn't address earlier was, I'm running out of time here, was one of, 4 was just stolen right at the last second. Alright, so let's go get 4. There's a bonus guy, but it'll be a red guy next. Take him out. One thing I didn't mention because something else was going on was one of my guys had the rope, or one of the guys had the rope around him. So I opted to shoot the rope. When you shoot the rope to untie him, he's going to drop money. So if you need money in that particular door, it's good to shoot him. Otherwise, if you don't shoot him, a bad guy will come up behind him, and then you shoot, and you'll hit the bad guy. Now, that tactic in the game happens frequently when there's a bomb on the screen, because if you shoot him, he takes up extra time dropping the money bags. So you're better off if there's a bomb on the screen and a guy appears with the rope around him, you're better off waiting, shooting the bad guy, and then the door will close quickly, because you can't move. That's one thing I should have mentioned right off the bat. You can't move at all until all the doors are shut. You're stuck in that spot, which can really throw you off when the bomb is ticking or when you're running out of time in the level. Alright, so we know there's a bad guy at 5, but I want to take care of the rest of the doors first. Alright, 3 was stolen. So what I'll do is I'll go get door 5 and keep door 3 for the very end. But I didn't get a money bag from it, so I got to hang out here and get that. So this guy's going to drop one. So now I'm free to kind of point press throughout the level and get some free points. There's a 5,000 right there for the triple zeros, which gives me a letter and extra, which is really what I'm always aiming for. That guy had a 2 on his back. After this level, I will, I'm going to end it here. Got him at 0.01, so that's good. With the 2 up there, the average of the shots, I'm going to wind up with an 8,000 point bonus for that, plus the bonus for the points. Now you'll see here, one last thing I'll point out is you get an extra life at 200,000. I know my light for the phone is on, so it's a little not as dark as I'd like it. And yeah, that's... Oh, shit. So that's Bank Panic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, unless if something unique happens that I haven't pointed out yet, I'm going to just play it out, and you guys can watch, and or if you want to skip ahead to the end and see what score I'm at that point. So yeah, give it a shot, and we'll go from there. Obviously, one thing I neglected to mention while I was showing the control panel is the actual layout of the buttons and the joystick. So the joystick only obviously moves left and right. I'm sure you've figured that out by now. And the 3 buttons just represent which door you're shooting at. So. I was just trying to make the exposure on the camera a little darker. Hopefully it looks a little bit better. This game really is just like it's such a reaction game. I know that can be said for any, oh shit. I'm about to run out of time. I accidentally let go of the joystick when I was moving, and it trapped me on those doors because I wasn't able to move. I know that can be said for like pretty much any classic arcade game or any video game is reaction time, but this one really is, you know, it's just quick reactions with these doors and knowing whether it's a good guy or a bad guy. Because if you shoot a good guy, you know, you lose a life. And same thing with like your peripheral vision. I mean, you use it in any video game, but this one I used it the most. I try to stare at the middle door and just kind of get a sense of what's coming from the side doors. Because if you're caught looking too far left or right, you're gonna miss the others. I feel like I'm getting a lot of bombs in this game. I mean, I feel like I normally don't get this many off the start. But this is a game that I would never sell. Even though I don't play it a lot, it just means so much to me. This was one of my first... Oh, God. One of my first major restores for arcade machines. Alright, I'm officially going to stop talking. I can't play and talk. Another bomb, Jesus. And sometimes that bonus guy doesn't give you cash. He gives you like a Jack in the Box or something. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I'm assuming that's what it's supposed to be. Wow, like it's a joke. So I only need one more red guy for the extra letter. God damn, I swear sometimes I play games where I don't get a bomb until like the 5th level and been getting them non-stop. You know, one strategy you can do is like, see how door 8 isn't open? I mean, no one's there. If I had to get money at the doors next to it, bring that one into the 3, because you know now you're only dealing with 2 doors. Otherwise, sometimes it's risky to go to 3 doors where there's 3 guys standing there. You know, later on you have to. There's no way around it, because the game speeds up so much. Yeah, let's go to 4. Finish this level. I did cap this monitor years and years ago, probably 5 years. Well, when I was restoring it 5 years ago. But I know there's a slight curl up in the top left. It does go away after it's on for a while. So I know the score is a little hard to read right now. So right now I'm at just about at 300,000. I'm at like 290. Another damn bomb. Jeez. Alright, there we go. So there's the last red guy that I needed at the 0, 0, 0. So again, extra life. I get 20,000 bonus points, which is good because it actually skips the whole... Like, I would have gotten 7,000 points for that, more points for the bonus for the bags, and they skip that whole thing. You don't get your end of level bonus, which is kind of annoying. Probably another like oversight with the coding of this game. You know, late 1984, a bad time for arcade games, so. Oh, that was close. So there's a guy at 11. If it will actually let me move. Oh, I shouldn't have shot him because now it's taking up too much time for him to drop the money. Come on, let's go. Alright, good. I needed money in both those. Now I just have 1 and 2. And they are both holding them because they were both stolen at some point, so. Alright, trekking along. When people get into this game, though, people do tend to walk by it because it's like they've just never heard of it. And, you know, casual gamers, collectors have heard of it, obviously, but most of the people we have over are not arcade or pinball collectors. They're just our friends, and you know, we happen to have these games. So they pretty much will play like Pac-Man and Galaga and Centipede, and not these games. Whoa, the monitor just like pin-cushioned slightly. I don't know if you saw that. Ah, I was too slow on that one. So that guy got me just past 400,000. For me, a good game for me in this game, anything like 800,000 plus, I'll gladly take. I do love getting over 1 million. Like I said, it's only happened probably about 5 times for me. Maybe a couple more than that. I don't know. I just don't play it. If I played this once a week, I'm sure it would happen. Ooh, that was close too. I'm sure it would happen more often, but it's just too time consuming to play that often. Jesus. Alright, I'm on my last life, so it's not looking too good right now. If I end up having a horrible game, I might just record just a straight out Bank Panic game at a later date. Like without talking and stuff. And put that up on YouTube. And then I'll link this video to it. But let's see if I can get at least 500,000 so I can get extra life. Or at this point, I don't think I'm really going to point press too much because I really want to at least get to 500,000. Get one more extra life. So I'm at 476 right now. I'd hate to make this whole video and not at least get 500,000. Alright, there's 500,000 at least. Doors 1 and 2 are both stolen, so I know I can get those easily. Alright, so at least I've got one extra guy in backup, so I can start playing a little bit more, you know, not on edge. Alright, so we're at 520,000. Round 14. Alright, so that brought us up to, let's see here, 574. One more extra to get another extra life. Come on, let me... Fuck. That's so annoying. I fucking hate that about this game. I really do. They don't give you any opportunity to move. It's ridiculous. One of the other flaws about this game. It's so dumb. Like, nothing I can do. They put a bomb there while I'm stuck at those 3 doors, and I have 0 opportunity to go get it. Finally. Sweet. Alright, well, at least that makes up for it. There are a couple other bad things with this game, like, in terms of the programming. You know, they made an error where they don't show the high scoreboard during the attract mode. You only see it once you finish a game. So you can never see who's on it or what the high scores are. All right, so we're at 624,000. Definitely needed that extra life. Jeez. Whew. Alright, that got a little tough there at the end. Almost at 700,000. Get another extra life at 900,000, so we're at 674. So, let's see if we can get to 900. You know, I'm at the point where, like, I don't really try to point press as much. Just get through the levels. Whew, all right. All right, 700,000 exactly. I'll just keep reading the score after each level since I know it's hard to read on camera. All right, 734,000. You'll notice at the start, I always look for the two that are like next to each other. So right here, it's 12 and 1 that are coming down together. And it's almost always two guys with money. So something you can kind of look for at the start of each level. Ah, I shouldn't have done that. One and two were both stolen. So those are good ones to keep for the very end. Oh, I was totally expecting that guy to put down money. Fuck. What sucks is now 1 and 2 no longer are considered stolen. They start over, so they're not easy guaranteed money. Alright, at least we're at that level with 772. $781. Wait, how is that possible? 7. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. 781. Whew. All right. 814,000. This will put us up to 825. All right. 75,000 more for an extra life. Or 3 extra shots, but that's not going to happen. Whew. That humming noise is actually coming from the game. I didn't want to say anything during the level and get distracted. This board set does it. My other Bank Panic PCB does it too. So I don't know what causes that in the programming, but both boards that I have do that. So anyways, we're at 878,000. So maybe if we finish this level, I should hopefully get that 900,000 extra life. Sweet, just got the 900,000 extra life. I think 1 and 2 are both stolen, so these should be easy shots. Oh, that guy almost got me. That would have sucked. Alright, from a game where I was struggling, you know, before the 500,000 mark because I wasn't paying much attention, turned out to be a pretty good game. So 922,000, definitely take that. Next extra life isn't until 1.5. I don't think I've ever gotten 1.5. I think my highest is 1.2. Oh, so that one on the board that I showed earlier, that's 1.1. That's not actually my highest, but it has been since we moved in here. I always take pictures of my high scores, and I could not find a photo of my old high score, so that's the highest I have that I can find. Oh, that was close. Come on, 7. Give me. There we go. 973. And now 983. All right. I think it's pretty safe to say we'll break 1 million in this game. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Come on, let me move over. There was a bad guy coming behind him. I was trying to shoot as quick as possible to get to that bomb. The bomb would have gone off, unfortunately. Another one of those just screwed over by the bomb, but that's right. We're over 1 million. Barely, but take it. Don't do it again. 7 was just stolen. That's all I need. Come on, let me move over. Phew. Alright, so we're at 1,034,000 points. Last life here. See, I would love to get 1.1. Have that be the goal for this game. I need 2 more red guys at 000 for extra letters to get an extra life. It's pretty much my only shot at an extra life, I think, at this point. But who knows? Alright, there's one. Just need one more red guy. Alright, so we're at 1,093,000. So 7,000 more points for 1.1. I might break my score on the board. It'd be nice to change that one up. Oh. One and 2 are both stolen. Oh my god! I can't believe I just did that. That was stupid. Fuck. Alright, so the final score was 1,127,000. Time of that game was 45 minutes. And unfortunately, we won't see that high scoreboard again because, like I said, it doesn't scroll through during a track mode. So you'll still see the highest score and the last score played. So, oh no, actually it doesn't even show you last score played, I guess. Just highest score. So there it is. Oh, so that's Bank Panic. Thank you guys so much for whoever stuck around for this hour-long video to watch that. Like I said in the beginning, if you're new to watching these, I do one video, I'd say like once a month. I just kind of focus on the rare games I have, or just the games you don't see that often. Like I'll do Rally X at some point, Zookeeper, Monaco I'll do. Already did Solar Fox. I'm really keeping this to arcade games too, because pinball machines, I don't really have any that are like super rare. Even though I love playing pinball, as far as the collecting goes, I'm more passionate about the collecting of the arcade machines. So yeah, I'll do Crystal Castles, even though that's not rare. It's a cool game. I'll definitely do Tutankhamun at some point. I probably won't do like Galaga and Pac-Man, but some of these other games. So if you have a game in mind that you'd like to see me go over, and the reason I'm doing this is because I noticed some of these games have no videos on YouTube. They might have some like MAME gameplay videos, but they don't have videos of people actually showing off the original cabinets. And this stuff is all getting lost in time as the years go on. They're 40 years old, and there's got to be some sort of preservation out there physically, like us collectors are doing, but also out on the internet so people can see, and people can see 20 years from now, or however long from now, 100 years from now. Anyways, that's going to do it. I know this is a super long video. Thank you to everyone who stuck around and watched it, or even if you skimmed through. Thanks for checking it out. If you don't have a Bank Panic near you to play, which, again, New Hampshire, I think there's one in Texas, and I think there's one other somewhere out there in the country. So if you're not in either of those locations, check it out on MAME if you do play games on MAME, because just need 3 buttons and a joystick, and that's all. So, all right, take care, everyone. Thanks again, and leave a comment if you have a game suggestion that I should do for next time, and I will see you then. Thanks. Bye.